As car guys, we love modifying our cars. Take me for example, I've done modifications to both of them and it changes everything, the sound, the performance, the looks. It's a complete different experience and it elevates it to that next level. But the problem is mods aren't cheap, and the better car you've got, the more those mods are going to cost. For example, on a JDM car, an exhaust might be $1,000. On a Euro car, it'd be $5,000. If you've got a supercar, it could be over $10,000. But luckily, I'm not in the supercar tax bracket yet. And there's something that we share in common as car enthusiasts, is that we love cars. And because we love cars, we don't have a lot of money left over. And ladies and gentlemen, that is where I want to introduce you to another video. Welcome to Performance Nick, your favorite BMW content creator here in Australia. And today, we're making a video over the 5 best AliExpress mods you can put on your BMW F82 M4. For those who don't know what AliExpress is, it's pretty much like the Amazon of China. You buy directly from the supplier for cheap prices, anything you want. You can buy a bathtub, you can buy car parts, I don't even know, here's some crazy other things you can buy, I don't know, you can literally buy anything. But because it's direct from the supplier in China and it's cheap, we're either gonna find out if it's cheap trash that's gonna ruin your car and make it look riced out, or if it's just absolute steal and you got a car part for half the price what you'd normally be paying. So that brings us to our first mod. I bought this $50 intercooler. It's made out of styrofoam, so it should be all right. Huh? I'm joking. Do not buy engine parts from AliExpress, please, because if your engine blows up because of a cheap part, it's going to cost a lot more than the money you saved on cheaping out on that. So for engine performance parts, always buy the real deal. All right, let's start with the real first item. Inside of this box is one of the mods I'm most excited for, and I'm starting with the most difficult one. This one isn't just a stick-on piece of tape. No, we have to do a bit of work. So let's get that out of the way first. So inside of here, I should have brought scissors, would have made life easier. We have got magnetic paddle shifters. I will be going to get scissors because I can't open it. All right, so as I open up this box, we can see inside of here, oh, and I get through all of the paperwork, and look, this actually is like properly built, proper quality. It's not like just some cheap rubbish. It's actually got like the proper packaging and all. We have got these things right here. Let me show you and I'll pull it out for you. As we can see, they are paddle shifters for the M4, but the big difference between these and the regular ones in the car right now, well, it's like a mechanical keyboard. Do you hear that? It's literally like a GT racing car, the same ones they have in those, and it is so satisfying to just sit here all day. So this mod, as you can see here on AliExpress, cost me about $120. Not a bad price for what you're getting, because this is real metal. I feel like it's real carbon fiber as well. It feels the real deal. I'm so excited to put this on, but it's going to be a pain to put it on, because it's not just to unplug and plug this one in. No, you've got to disconnect the battery, take off the airbag, take off the steering wheel, take out all the buttons, put in the new paddles, and then do all of that backwards. And hopefully after all that, you won't have any airbag or battery issues. Fingers crossed. Let's try it out. So to disconnect the battery, you got to pop open the trunk, and BMW hide it in the back here. It's not in the engine bay like a normal car. No, you unclip this, and back there, you've got your battery. I then get the 11mm socket, and we're going to disconnect that negative terminal out of the battery. And the terminal is now disconnected. What I like to do is put a cloth over it so it doesn't accidentally go back on while we're working on it. And I also like to put a cloth, don't mind how dirty it is, here so we don't actually lock ourselves out of the boot if that closes. Last time I disconnected the battery was in that M3 and it didn't go to plan. I'll explain that in the 5 AliExpress mods for that car. So in this one, we're going to wait 15 minutes because apparently the cells still linger around for a bit. So we're going to wait till it's completely dead. There's no power in the car at all. Now that the battery is completely dead, as we can see, there's no power going on anywhere in this car. We need to get a flathead screwdriver. We're going to put it in these little notches behind the steering wheel. And what that does is going to release the airbag. So you put it in there, there's 2 clips on each side, and this should come out. So let's do this without blowing up an airbag in my face. That would be ideal. So now that I've pulled both those clips out, as you can see, the airbag comes off itself. I hope this doesn't explode in my hand because this will be a gore video. On top of that, we do have some wires in there which we just need to disconnect as well. So I've just disconnected the harness with the screwdriver, and there we are. Here is our BMW airbag. We might actually not need to take the wheel off itself. I just need to disconnect that plug and unscrew it there, and then the paddle should come off. As we can see, I've now taken this paddle off. I have pulled the screw out and I've pulled this harness out, so I'm just gonna need to unplug it, give you a bit of a better look. It's disconnected here, and all I need to do now is just disconnect this little blue part. And as we can see, the plug has come out, so now we can pull out our old non-clicking shifter. I've switched the camera to the other side so you can see it a bit better. We're just working in reverse now, so we're just going to feed the wire through the back of the steering wheel, and then we're just going to feed this one onto there. And now in theory, if I can hear it, it will be clicking. It's also very important to use the screws that are in the set because the thread is different, so don't reuse the screws. The screw is back in and the wires are connected, so in theory, this should work perfectly fine. Now to do it all again on this side, I think this thing has got a lot more cables in the way, so this is going to take me a while. I won't bore you guys having to watch me struggle again, so we'll cut to it when it's finished. I'll be honest guys, this took a lot longer than expected. It took over an hour just because of all the cables and all that stuff, but we've finally got both of them attached. Let's put the airbag back onto here, connect the power, and hopefully they work and I can change gears. Now we're going to put the BMW airbag back onto here without exploding. First thing we've got to do is plug in the airbag itself, so it's connected to the wheel. Make sure it is straight. Oh, that sounded good. It's flush. It works. Okay, I think we're good. Now to connect the power, the scary part. All right, the battery is all connected. Now is the moment of truth. I can see I've already got power. The lights are on. Everything's on. Now I'm going to turn the car on. Now I'm going to record this in case the airbag blows up in my face. Let's try it out. I think we're all good. No airbag light, thank God. This is the scary part. I'm going to test the horn. That works. Let's test out if the paddles work. I'm going to go into drive, go into manual mode. Now, can I go up a gear? Yes, I can. It went to 2. Can I go down a gear? Oh, yes. It works. That was such a big job, but it was worth it in the end because now I've got the working paddles. That took a bit longer than expected, but let's get into mod number 2 of this video. I don't have it because it's already installed. I'm doing a bit of videoception here because I just showed you putting on the airbag, but it's not on. No, I didn't take it off again. But yes, it is these M1 and M2 buttons, which you need to take the steering wheel off. That's why I've left it like this to install. So let me make a quick note. If you are going to do the paddles, do the buttons at the same time. And if you're going to do all that, you might as well do a new steering wheel at the same time because it is a pain and you do not want to do it 3 times for the shifters, the button, and the wheel itself. It is really amazing value. I bought them for like $10 for the red M1, M2, and also the start-stop button. So if you just want to make the car a little bit more sporty on the interior, it is so worth it. I mean, what other mod are you going to get for $10 or less? I made mine red because obviously red is meant to be that sporty color, but you can choose whatever you want. There's also yellow, there's blue, and I've seen people even with paint-matched ones, which looks awesome, but they'll take a lot of effort. I changed buttons recently on the M3 behind there, and it's pretty easy. Once you take all of this apart, which is the hard part, and you pull off this actual module itself, you literally just need to pull out the buttons that are already there, put these ones in, and make sure it all lines up to go back in. They'll take you 2 minutes. It's just everything else will take you so long. So like I said, if you are going to be changing your wheel or the paddles, make sure to do the buttons as well, because you'd rather do it while everything's apart. But this mod is 100% worth it. I mean, you can't go wrong for the price. So I definitely recommend this one if you've got an M3 or an M4. We've gone back outside for the 3rd mod of this video, and inside of this box, we'll open it up and we will find a fully billet aluminium oil filter housing, which is of course red to match the other accents. As I was researching for this video, buying parts, the company that manufactures this also had messaged me at the same time to check out some of their products. The company themselves are called BMW, and they are an AliExpress seller along with of course their own company themselves. And what they do is they specialize in billet aluminium parts for many types of brands, of course BMWs, but anything else really. But the big difference between this and other AliExpress cheap parts is it is the real deal. It's actually heavy, it's hard metal, as you can hear it. And they make all of these in-house as well, so you know it's not just being drop shipped. So let's test it out. The part itself costs about $35. Let's see if it's worth installing onto the car. It's pretty straightforward now. You just want to take off the original housing like so, and in there you have got your oil filter. Now you want to make sure you don't get anything inside of there, of course. I'm going to put this to the side, and we've got the new housing right here. We're going to change all of this from this one into this one. You should put a new filter in when you do this, but I'm literally getting the car serviced in a week's time. I won't even do 30 kilometers until then, so it doesn't make sense paying to replace the filter now when they're going to do it anyways on the service. Now we're just going to swap all the internal parts to the other. Get a glove because you're going to get oil all over you. So here is our filter. Let me take this one out like so. There we go. There's a filter. Place that one down. Now we have to take this actual surround thing, as that needs to go in there. So we're going to take this out, put the filter in, put a bit of oil around the seal and put it back on. So I've popped this one out the cage itself, and I've also got the spring and the rest of the stuff in there. So now I'm going to transfer all of this over into the same setup we've got in the BMW one. Put the new cage inside of here, and of course we do have the filter, which I've just left sitting in there, and pretty simple, we're just going to put the new housing onto there. Filter goes on and clicks in like so, and we're going to line this up. And same thing, we're just going to screw this on. And now a good thing, this one does actually have the pattern there, so you can easily torque it down, whereas the other ones there isn't. We had to use a belt to get it off because I don't actually have the proper tool itself. Now it's important when you put this on, you want to have it tight, but not too tight. Don't over tighten it. Just get it hard enough to where it won't undo itself, of course. And that is your final product. As we can see, we've got the red now matching with the intakes as well. I know the red and yellow is a bit of a McDonald's spec, but I think it actually looks a lot nicer. So for this part, do I recommend it? Yes, I do. For $35, you got a good quality part, and it just adds to the actual engine bay itself. If you want to go blue or a different color, it will add to it also. It just gets rid of that plastic look. And Bevan C did tell me if any of you want to buy this yourself, if you use code NICK11 or NICK11, you're going to get 11% off your order, whether it's that or anything on their site. I just think it's a good product. They sent it out to me, and I think it's worth it. I'm going to keep it on my car, of course. So definitely check them out if you want your own oil filter housing or whatever it is, and use code NICK11 so you get a little bit of a discount as well. Mod number 4 is another one I don't have in front of me, so let's go back inside the car again. We all know about it, we all secretly hate it, but we all secretly buy it because it's cheap. It's fake carbon fiber and it costs $15. What am I talking about? Well, it's this surround around the gear knob here itself. Normally this is chrome, but this is now the carbon fiber one. It's meant to be matching with that. It does look a little bit different in the weave, but for $15, it's not bad at all, especially when you compare it to the standard chrome. It really does put it together, because in the M4s you got carbon everywhere, literally. This just adds that final touch. You can put carbon on here as well, but I don't think that looks the best. I installed this myself, and I don't really need to show you an install video, but I'll put it on the screen. It's literally 3M tape that goes onto the surface. It's as easy as that. But for $15, I think it just finishes off that interior and makes it look that touch nicer. And our final mod for today, mod number 5, we have got the carbon fiber rear wing for the M4. Now this one I have used, as you can see all the residue inside of there. I took it off when I wrapped the car, put it back on, took it off when I unwrapped the car. Now, to put it on, it is so simple. They normally come with just 3M tape on the inside, but obviously for me, I'll have to put on more 3M tape, but it is straightforward. I just got the standard regular M4 size one, and it cost me $100, so it's quite cheap, but you can get even bigger if you want the full ducktail. For this video, I actually was really tempted to get the full GT3 style racing wing, but the only problem is you actually have to drill into the boot of the car, and I will not be drilling through my original boot and paint just to put a wing on that I'll probably get a lot of hate comments for and I won't like myself. The install is just as straightforward as the gear selector we put inside of there. You just need to clean this surface, line this up with the tape, and it goes on like so. Now, I'm not going to put this on for now because I might think about wrapping the car, and there's no point putting it on for me to take it off and put it back on, but that's what it looks like. It stays there. It won't go anywhere if you tape it on properly. Is it worth it? For sure. I mean, carbon wing looks awesome, and when I had the car wrapped, it looked even better. So I highly recommend this one as well. Everyone in this video has been a success. I will remake this video of the E92, and let me tell you, one of those parts in that video was not a success at all. It almost caused me to crash. So what is your favorite cheap mod that you can put on an F82 M4 or any car at all? For me personally, I like all of them. They all work in their own purpose. The flappy paddles are satisfying. The Bevan C oil housing underneath, it's really cool to look at. The wing is awesome to look at, not at the moment, but when it's on the car. All these parts do come together and they actually look sick. So comment down below your favorite cheap mod. Let me know if you're going to install any of these on your BMW or whatever mods you're going to install to your car, and I'll rate them down in the comments. I really appreciate you guys for checking out another video. I do thank you from the bottom of my heart for spending your time and watching a video with me. Please do consider liking, commenting and subscribing. It makes my day. And until next time, drive safe.